I want to say thank you for inviting me to the festival. Thank you for putting on such a wonderful, absolutely wonderful event. I have to say, this is the first time I've had the opportunity to come to this event, and this should be a model for the city. The city should be here listening to all the people and looking at how this is run. This is absolutely the most well-run event I've seen in St. Paul. People are courteous, they're respectful, and you know the bottom line is that they're really welcoming. Thank you so much for having me.
What do you see in the city of St. Paul? What do you need to change in the city of St. Paul?
Well, as a resident and a business owner in St. Paul, the reason I'm running for St. Paul mayor is because my voice and a lot of other people's voices, businesses, residents' voices have not been heard. When I become mayor, I will give everybody an equal opportunity in the city. We will give everybody the opportunity to have their voice heard. That's the most important thing as a politician, is to listen to your constituents, listen to the community. The reality is, when we do that, we take 2 minutes and give people the common courtesy to listen to them for 2 minutes. It'll solve so many problems that we have now. It's just amazing. The capital city is a good city. We're going to make the capital city the best city in the world to live. The reality is, by doing that, we need to listen, we need to give everybody an equal opportunity, and we need to love one another and help each other.
And based on what I saw here, the quality service needed, you see, need help us on snow plowing, potholes, stand up for safer neighborhoods, lost parking lot on the light rail. Can you comment more about the light rail?
I can. The light rail has been a real issue for a lot of people. I'm a business owner, and we've had, as a result of light rail, we've lost over 1,000 parking spots up and down University Avenue. I'm just going to give you a little equation. Lost parking equals lost revenue for businesses, and that equals loss of livelihood. St. Paul didn't do a good job of planning and listening to the community before doing the light rail. The mayor and some of the other elected officials didn't seem to really care about what happened to the businesses. The mayor actually stated that not one business would close.
Well, I'm glad that you noticed that there's a parking issues in during the festival here. Because like I mentioned earlier, there's for only 2 days, but we have no parking signs all over the place. And not only that, but in comparison to the 12 days at the state fair, there's no parking signs on anywhere.
Right.
So that is, to me, that I can look things differently. I cannot say it's anything negative about it, but I look things differently. And I'm glad you see that.
I see that right now. I see that immediately as a problem. I think that's unfair. I think that you should have the same access that the state fair has. No parking signs should not be around when this kind of event happens. The city should be rolling out the red carpet, welcoming this kind of commerce, this kind of business. And by not doing that, shame on the city for not listening to what you need.
And you mentioned a lot of rails, there's a lot of businesses are losing on the University Avenue. I personally have a lot of friends own business on the University Avenue, and they lost their business, they lost their building, they foreclosed the building, and because due to light rails, due to the unplanning to support all the business in the area. Like you said, there's a lot of parking lot we lose, and so without a parking lot, there's no customers coming in.
That's right. When we lose parking, as I mentioned before, when we lose parking, businesses lose revenue. When they lose revenue, they lose their livelihood. When we lose our livelihood, we have foreclosures. Everything falls apart. We need to listen, we need to plan, and that's the bottom line. People all have to have a voice. We need to think about things before we do them, and we need to give everybody an equal opportunity. Parking is absolutely important and crucial in the capital city, and it's something we have a huge problem with that needs to be addressed. I just want to talk about the new Lower Town Ballpark. We're having a meeting tomorrow, Monday, July 8th, at 5 o'clock at the Landmark Center. I've invited everyone that I can to come to the meeting. Senator Franken, Senator McCollum, or Congresswoman McCollum, the mayor, Michael Hom. The reality is this is a $58 million project that's now converted and changed into, it's almost going to be a $75 million project that's publicly subsidized, meaning that everybody that pays taxes is paying for this ballpark. It didn't have a vote, people didn't have their voices heard, and the reality is it's not planned well. People need to have their voices heard. The project should be slowed down, and people should have the opportunity to give input into what this community ballpark is all about. Mayor Coleman, this is your project. We want you to come Monday, July 8th, and listen to what the community has to say. Your city is asking for you to come and show up and listen to what they have to say. The reality is, if I become mayor and when I become mayor, we will slow the project down, we'll listen. will give everybody a voice, and that's what needs to happen. People need to be involved. We need to take a vote on projects when they're of a certain size, and we need to give people the input that they need. If the Hmong village has a problem with parking, I have to say that you're similar in a lot of respects to a lot of other people. A lot of other people are having the same problem you are. And the reality is we need to listen to this concern and deal with it. If we have land that's available, we need to make it something that can be happening right now. We can't have any businesses close. We shouldn't have one customer come and not be able to find a parking space. These businesses, this is their livelihood. There should be absolutely an open environment for the Hmong community where they are in the market. The reality is they should be exposed, and people should want to come and give them business and listen to their wants and needs. The reality is we should have elected officials here today at this event. This is the biggest event that I've seen in St. Paul. And I'll tell you, I have an honor to be here today. I thank you for the time. I thank you for everybody's wonderful just appreciation and wonderful respect for the city. This is the most well-run event that I've seen since I've been in St. Paul, and I have to take my hat off to everyone here. Thank you again for everything.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Have a wonderful day.
Yes, you too.